Damian Lillard and the Portland Trailblazers ain't going anywhere. And that hurts me to say it. I got a lot of love for Chauncey Billups. I've known him for years. That's my brother right there. I'm rooting for him. Personally speaking, I don't like him being the coach. I wish that he was the president of basketball operations. That's just me. I look at him and I view him as an executive. Not to say he's not going to do a good job, that he can't coach. I'm not saying that at all. But when I see Scott Brooks on the bench, I think, I'd like to see Scott Brooks on the bench and Chauncey Billups running this organization. That's my personal opinion. In the end, you just don't have the personnel. Now, could they go out and could they get a couple of dudes? Could they get a Ben Simmons? Could they get some other players, and pair
what
them?
would it take to do something?
I think that it would take, you got to move. If you're not going to move Damian Lillard, you'd have to move CJ. You'd have to get Ben Simmons. You'd have to get another big to replace Nurkic because I don't think Nurkic is the answer. And you'd have to change the face of that roster in order for Damian Lillard to stay. And I don't think you can do that and keep Damian Lillard. And as a result, I think Damian Lillard should leave. Damian Lillard disturbs me in this regard. He says, I'm all in, I'm here, and it's going to take time. Well, how much time does Damian Lillard think he has? He's 31, that's for sure. He ain't 38 or anything like that. So I understand that. But this league has an awful lot of young talent spread throughout the league. And the guys that are older are Damian Lillard's age. With the exception of LeBron, most of the time, Anthony Davis is 28. Giannis is 27. You look at Kevin Durant, he's around Damian Lillard's age. You look at Donovan Mitchell, he ain't going anywhere. Just Luka Doncic is younger. Everywhere you look, you see dudes with incredible potential that are Damian Lillard's age or younger. So how is staying in Portland going to help you? So when I listen and I hear the reports about, Portland's got a decision to make, you damn right they got a decision to make. You damn right. Because I'm not questioning what Damian Lillard is worth. What I'm saying is that ain't enough for this team to win. Damian Lillard needs to be in a better situation. This is one of the great, Damian Lillard's a future Hall of Famer, first ballot. Easy. Okay, easy. This brother is one of the most prolific shooters in the game, one of the most prolific players in the game, and arguably the greatest closer in the game. This brother's Mr. Big Shot. He's the modern day Mr. Big Shot. That's who he is. He has to be in a better situation. Whether it's Philly, I ain't going to say the Knicks because even though that's his number one preference to be at Madison Square Garden, I'm disgusted with what I'm seeing with the Knicks right now. Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett had the entire offseason, still haven't worked on their right hand. They're going left, and they're going to use their left. Why should Damian Lillard want to play with that?
Hey, what's up? This is Jag from Jaggy Sports. It is December the 9th, 2021, and yes, it's a good day. 3 games in the NBA tonight. You got the Lakers take on the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis, they're red hot right now. Can the Lakers actually do something? Well, that remains to be seen because Lakers have been struggling. I know they won their last game, but it doesn't make a difference because this is a day-to-day thing for the Lakers. They have to figure this out. But we'll see. 100% we'll see. Also, you have 76ers take on the Utah Jazz tonight, and you have the Denver Nuggets take on the Spurs. Spurs playing fairly well. Greg Popovich continues to amaze people by his play and by the fact that he knows what he's doing. So every team that he touches, not like every team, but I'm saying like the roster. The roster that he touches is pretty amazing. So just look out for that. Some topics I want to discuss. Now, everybody knows that Dame Lillard is wanting to play with Ben Simmons. And, we haven't heard from Ben Simmons and, his mental health status. That's still up for debate because, we still haven't heard from the guy. We still haven't heard from 76ers. And at the end of the day, you have to think to yourself, what the hell is going on there, right? As the media, we're kind of like, and the fans, we're kind of like out of the loop because we don't know what's happening. It's kept under wraps because they don't want a whole media fest on it. But in actuality, you have Ben Simmons not wanting to play in Philadelphia. Everybody knows that. And you have Daryl Morey that wanting to trade him because the 76ers are not living up to the potential that they should be, because the Nets are first place, Chicago Bulls, which are depleted, are second place. Then I think you have the Hornets, Chicago Bulls. I'm sorry, I just mentioned the Bulls. Washington Wizards, and then the 76ers. If I'm the 76ers, I think I deserve to be number one, because you have a healthy Joel Embiid, a healthy Andre Drummond, shooters like Seth Curry, Danny Green, Tobias Harris, that Maxi guy or something, Maxily, whatever, up and coming stars, and you're coached by Doc Rivers. So there's a lot of pressure on Philadelphia right now to get this deal done, and quite frankly, they have to get this deal done with Portland. And Portland didn't have any discussions regarding a centerpiece around CJ McCollum, so Portland has to figure out a way to include Myles Turner in a four-way trade, because at the end of the day, Myles Turner says that he's got the trade rumors circling on his head, and he's saying that I want to go to a place where I'm wanted, and he doesn't want to be in Indiana no more. After that rumor where they want to get rid of Sabonis, they want to get rid of Karis LeVert and Myles Turner. So Myles Turner is looking to peace out, and it's gonna be a trade, a blockbuster trade involving Damian Lillard, or not Damian Lillard, but CJ McCollum, Myles Turner, Ben Simmons, of course, and who knows? It could be none other than Kyrie Irving, because Kyrie Irving is still sitting out, not injured, not anything, but doesn't want to get the vaccine. And what people don't realize is Toronto just implemented a vaccine as of or the NBA. You have to get vaccinated to travel to Toronto. So if I'm Kyrie Irving, and Brooklyn still has that mandate, you go to Houston or you go to Dallas or something like that, and you play there, because everybody knows that Toronto is not going to make the playoffs. Even though they're playing fairly well, they are not going to make the playoffs. So Kyrie has a chance to play in Houston or Dallas or San Antonio. I don't think he's going to play for San Antonio though. And if he plays for those teams, they do not have a vaccine mandate, and he can actually travel to teams and play there without getting the vaccine, but he can't travel outside the country. And Toronto is the only team outside of the country. They're not making the playoffs, so I wouldn't worry about that. Kyrie can get traded to Houston or to Dallas for I have no idea what, because everybody's saying the Brooklyn Nets need Kyrie Irving. I don't know if that is 100% the case, but there is a blockbuster trade going to happen. You can almost guarantee you that a blockbuster trade involving Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons, CJ McCollum, Myles Turner, 4 guys, blockbuster trade. Wait for it. I think the February deadline for trade deadline is February 22nd or something like that. But make sure you tune into that around that time, because there is changes coming up. Speaking of changes, heat from the seat, that is Frank Vogel, will get either fired or gets his job sustained for one more year or something. Really depends on the Lakers play. So this is Jag Maggot, Jaggy Sports. It is December the 9th, 2021.